And then the story of a giant downed tree, a dangerous situation in a Queens neighborhood. It's gone on for days after last week's storm. Residents felt their calls for help were being ignored, but we demanded answers and got some action. CBS 2's Dave Carlin live in Woodhaven with more on the cleanup and what still needs to be done. Dave.
Let's talk about it. Maurice and Christine, right now, the tangled wires like the ones behind me, they remain. And also, we have plenty of trees still down and traffic troubles that you can see right behind me now. But one big tree that we showed viewers last night is now gone.
I'm thinking that it took way too long.
After 8 long days of waiting, 88th Street looks like a street again instead of a forest. This large tree was finally lifted off a pair of cars. This car had an Uber driver at the wheel a week ago Tuesday, and he just barely escaped with his life. Neighbor Saul Isabella says he saw him.
He saw the tree falling as it was coming down, and he jumped right out of his car.
Right next to it is this Nissan owned by a frustrated Sylvia Ortiz. Angry, her pleas went unanswered for a week. And then disbelief to see this section of tree appear to strike her car once more during the removal.
They dropped the branch again when it was cutting it off.
Just now?
Yes.
CBS 2 reported on this tree Tuesday night. Tree removal crews on the scene told us it was already on their to-do list, but Ortiz believes.
You guys made it happen. If it wasn't for that, the tree would still be in my car.
I've been calling 311, nothing, and then you guys come, and all of a sudden they're here.
Neighbors say repeated complaints about the tree to 311 failed to get action.
Recently, one of the limbs fell, so we assumed that it was rotten.
Next time, don't neglect the trees. When the community is complaining about a tree.
Ortiz says her insurance company is fighting her on paying for repairs for what they call this act of God. And she says the city is saying it is not responsible either. The rest of her neighborhood is not back to normal. Even some households that came back after losing power are now reporting low voltage. And some sparking continues to rattle neighbors, along with having to detour around blocked streets and piles of debris.
It's really crazy. We had to turn around and around so many times.
The car is still over there. We cannot go through.
It's crazy around here.
Con Edison officials tell us right now many of the problems in these neighborhoods has less to do with last week's storm and more to do with lingering hot weather overwhelming the system. Live in Woodhaven, Queens, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
Okay, Dave, thank you.